Hello students, I once again welcome you all for English class. In today's video, we will study about the poem On Killing a Tree, composed by Giv Patel. Giv Patel is not only a poet but also a painter and an environmentalist. His poem On Killing a Tree speaks about deep concerns about nature and man's evil habits of cutting trees for selfish motives. The poem On Killing a Tree is like an instruction manual of killing a tree. It tells us that trees are living beings. They are not cut but killed properly by uprooting the roots that are inserted deeply in the soil. Through the poem, the poet teaches us many lessons. Firstly, the poem illustrates the courage and strength of trees, through which it teaches us to be strong and determined. Then, it points out that evils are just like roots. They are deeply rooted within us, and even if we feel we have vanquished them, it suddenly appears. Therefore, to kill an evil, we must put in our best efforts and uproot it. Thirdly, it teaches us that we must bring all our work to a proper end. And lastly, it requests us not to cut trees that sustain our lives. Now, with this introduction of the poem, let us look into its summary more clearly. The poem On Killing a Tree describes the process of cutting a tree completely. Ironically, through the description of the process, the poet presents a severe criticism of human cruelty and insensitive nature in chopping down trees for material benefit. The poet appeals us not to cut trees that gives us the necessities of life and sustains it. Therefore, one must not cut trees but plant more and more trees. Apart from this, the poet gives us several lessons. Through the poem, the poet tells us that the sturdiness and resilience of trees such that they take all kinds of admonitions but refuse to die. Similarly, we too must be strong and determined to face any challenges in life. Next, the trees in the poem symbolize the evil patterns that are deeply inherited within us. We may think that we have gotten rid of it, but they may suddenly appear until and unless we put in our best efforts. Lastly, the poem says that we must complete our work effectively and wholeheartedly. Now, in the first stanza, the poem starts by pointing out that it takes a lot of time to cut a tree. The simple act of stabbing it with a knife is not enough to kill a tree. It is not an easy job to kill a tree, as it has grown strong by absorbing many elements for many years. It has taken nutrients from the soil and absorbed sunlight, air and water for a long time, such that many leaves had grown on it. In the second stanza, the poet states that we need to do a lot of efforts to kill a tree. According to him, a simple stab and chop won't kill the tree completely. It would only injure the tree, which would suffer the pain in its strength. The fighting spirit of the tree shall soon receive its full strength, and with time the injured bark will heal and the tree will grow again. Green twigs and small branches will grow again on the tree. Consequently, the tree will grow its full size as it was before being cut or killed. Therefore, it is not easy to kill a tree with these measures. In the third stanza, the poet points out the exact manner through which a tree can be killed. He states that to kill a tree completely, its roots need to be taken out of the deep soil where it is hiding inside the earth. The root is the strength of the tree. It gives support to the tree and its most vulnerable as well as the sensitive part. It needs to be snapped out entirely from deep inside the earth. In the fourth stanza, the poet says that once the roots are uprooted, it will get exposed to the sun and the air. As a result, the roots start dying due to the heat. The roots become brown and the soft surface becomes hard and dry. After some time, it loses its shape and starts twisting. Finally, the tree will die. With this explanation, we have come to the end of this poem.